Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Baseball's hot in the streets. Another weekend full of action, grabbing the headlines for all the right reasons. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Thank you very much for joining us today. Appreciate you as always. We're brought to you by DraftKings. My name's Jimmy. His name's Jake. BBD in the corner. And Trevor, not in California. He is in Florida.
I am.
How's the sun out there?
It's a beautiful day. Walked my family down to the beach and said, you know what? You guys go have fun. Daddy's gotta work.
Wow.
So here I am. It's undeniable, my work ethic. It's crazy.
On
Take a
and
page
off
out of
the
my
field.
book, Jake.
He was drinking a beer when he came in here. True.
I be drinking. I'm on vacation, man.
True or false? You spilled on yourself at the airport.
That is true. I spilled some wine, but I was okay because I was wearing all black.
all black.
Let that be a point to everybody there. Travel, wear black.
It's a good call. Jake, before we get to you,
Yes.
I don't know, is my mic loud or is my headphone loud?
I think my headphones are a little loud too. I think I was going to
Sound
play
good to me,
through it.
Jim boy.
All right, cool. Leslie Nelson,
Yes.
patron. Logan Cook, Sam Heim, Eric Hansen, Julius Pack, Rod B, Ashley Taylor, Matt Haggerty, Seth Marburger, Sean Fernandez, J.D. Farmer. It's a great name. Greg Vince, Jonathan Williams, Diego Rivera, and Ryan Cavella. Those are our most recent patrons. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you each and every day. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm good, baby. I'm good. Baseball in full swing. No more excuses. No more seasons just getting started. Hey, if you're slumping, you're slumping. Get out of it. People are getting benched. Jay Bruce. We'll see. I'm good, man. Had a nice weekend. Watched a lot of baseball. I think last night was hilarious. I mean, the ESPN game, it was kind of the perfect short story of where baseball's at. The stars shined. Albies, Acuna, Freeman, Harper. Like, all the stars did their thing. And then you get the ESPN broadcast, which has now become a good form of bad entertainment also. And then you get a replay that becomes the storyline and one of the storylines of the weekend. I mean, it's baseball in a nutshell. The stars were incredible. Everyone's talking about replays today. So I'm good, man. Our Yanks got their butt kicked a little bit, but they survived, so we're coming up on that. And like you, I mean, we kick it around on this show. I'm excited to hear Trevor's first leadoff episode on the road. It kind of feels like we're a team that kind of got off to a ho-hum start, and we're like, okay, let's put the big guy up top and see what happens.
I like that. I like that analogy right there. You call me the big guy? Okay.
I'll work that
Well,
in.
with this crowd.
Yeah.
I have a question because you talked about the Sunday night broadcast. I obviously didn't get to see the game. I was traveling. Will Middlebrooks, friend of the pod, our friend, I like Will a lot. He put out a tweet last night. I need confirmation that this actually happened. He said the Phillies were down 3-2. Didi hits a 3-run homer. They go up 5-3. And A-Rod says, now we got a ball game. So 3-2, not a ball game. 5-3, ball game because even leads.
Yeah, you never heard A-Rod talk about two-run leads?
Scary.
Like, it almost is a bit at this point. He
What's his deal, dude?
He's not a real person. I mean, I
He's
posted
not.
his selfie from Instagram. I mean, is seemingly normal, but also if anyone looks at it, it's one of the weirdest things they've ever seen in their life.
What, he posted another selfie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't see Jake? We had a little Twitter back and forth with some creepy pics. It was as someone put it, nightmare fuel.
I didn't see.
He's,
I fell asleep real early last night. I woke up to pee, and then my phone was blown up. Oh.
So he, on Instagram, his Instagram story, he did exciting game tonight at Phillies. and then at Braves, which is not the Atlanta Braves Instagram account, so they went untagged.
Interesting.
And it's a wormy pick. Like, I've taken a lot of wormy picks, but
yeah, there was something wrong with it. It was
he's something.
When you have that much money, sometimes things get a little strange.
A little wonky. You don't live in the same world as everyone else.
No,
and that's okay.
No.
Oh,
you need some toxins. He needs some toxins. That's what helps you out. Like, I'm drinking a beer because I know I need to stay like a regular person here.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. This is necessary.
Man, that's a weird pick.
Like, in a way, it's a normal selfie. In another way, it's one of the weirdest things you'll ever see.
He's not normal.
If you didn't know A-Rod, you'd be like, that's not that big of a deal. But when you know the backstory and all the stuff that goes around it, you're like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
No more J-Lo.
No, they're still together.
They're still fighting.
They're together?
Through it.
Yeah.
They're doing their.
I
feel like
actually,
she was keeping them like good.
Yeah. Their kids have been like, his kids have been with J-Lo like for like their formative years. So I do feel like everyone's just laughing at that because J-Lo's kind of odd and A-Rod's the biggest weirdo ever. But I do feel bad that, like, you know, there is like a family
There's people attached.
that attached to that.
Jim. I love that angle that you just took right there. Good.
People attached.
That's why you're the best. It's true. You thought about something that nobody else is thinking about.
Yeah, everyone just likes getting their A-Rod jokes off. We started the show, and I do. I mean, I'm Sean Wallacing his face right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, their family has been around.
Are you going to do a you but different?
Yeah, I'm going to do a you but different. It's already done.
There's A-Rod jokes to be had. We leave the kids out of it.
Baseball.
There he is.
My goodness.
He looks great.
Yikes.
I'm going to, sorry, I got the you but different done.
Jim's a little distracted.
Sean,
He's getting that
Sean
out.
Wallace's face. It's no problem. It's out there. Replied to Jake's tweet. Let's talk about the NL.
Trevor.
Oh, I'm leading off. Okay, let me get my page up, guys.
Big guy leading off.
Lead off hitter? Did you ever lead off in the show?
Not too sure. I don't think so.
Okay, we'll
You're
get
too
on that.
powerful. You're too thick.
I'm so thick.
And our dude Mikey Rotuno, who makes all of the intro, outro songs. Mikey, I don't know how much people you know. I don't know if you know how much people love the intro, outro for this show. People have like asked for the files for like ringtones and shit. Which, is that even a thing? Do people, ringtones, maybe like alarms?
Dude, ringtones used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So he heard that we wanted an extended version or needed one for these recaps, and we have one now, so I'm very excited about it. Trevor.
Awesome.
We have news?
Trevor, you have one plate appearance in the number one spot in the batting order, but you did not start the game there. It was
pinch
a pinch
hit.
hit.
How'd he do?
How'd I do?
Nothing.
Got out.
Wasn't a strikeout, though. So.
Well,
It
pinch
could have been a
hitting's hard.
barrel. It could have been a barrel.
Pinch hitting's hard, Trev.
Thank you, Jim.
I'll see if I can find the details of the
Oh,
appearance.
stop. Just let me lead off. And I will preface this by saying I was traveling yesterday, so if I mess some details up, don't get mad at me, okay?
All right, here we go. This is your NL recap weekend series. Trevor on the mic.
There it is. All right, we'll start with the Nats visiting the Dodgers. The Dodgers get their rings in front of everybody, and that game was awesome. They won it 1-0. Walker Buehler tosses the gem, and our guy Justin Turner hits the homer. Dodgers sweep. Sunday night game was Kershaw versus Scherzer, 6 shutout innings. And our guy McKinstry, just a never-ending supply of good players, comes up, drives in all 3 runs, including a 2-run homer. Bad news. Bellinger placed on the 10-day IL on Friday. Betts missed the whole series with a lower stiff back, but they don't care because they have players coming out the Yahoo. Dodgers sweep. Marlins at Mets. They split the series. The Sunday game is suspended. McNeil hits the game-tying homer in the 9th. Conforto does the freaking stick his elbow off. That's the whole walk-off controversy that we'll have to get into. Another cool thing that happened, Jazz Chisholm took DeGrom deep. Big fly. Love to see that. You don't get to see that too often, so that was cool to see. Like I said, they split. Sunday got suspended. Cubs at Pirates. Pirates took 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies. Arrieta wins the first game 4-2, and the Pirates take the remaining 2 games. I don't even really want to talk about that series, to be honest with you. Next, we'll go to the Brewers at the Cardinals. Our Brew Crew wins 2 out of 3. Burns looks nasty, but they lose. Wainwright gets the dub in that game. Arenado breaks the tie, the 1-1 tie with a 2-run home run in the 8th. And then Wong, in the same game, gets the standing ovation from the crowd because Yachty is the absolute best at that. Yelich and Shaw exit the game on Sunday for the Brew Crew, so we'll have to check in on that. That is not good for them, but they do take 2 out of 3. Then we'll move on to San Francisco. Rockies coming to town. Rockies leave town. Jake, your Rocks, they got swept. Cueto looked all funky on the mound. He was doing the shimmy. He was doing all that. Longo was hitting the ball hard like he always done. McMahon does hit a homer. 5 home runs on the season. Who cares? They got swept. Moving on. Big series here. Phillies in Atlanta. The Braves end up taking 2 out of 3. Morton versus Wheeler in game 1. Anderson versus Eflin in game 2. Braves win both those games. And then the controversy that we'll get into a little bit later. Phillies win last night due to a faulty call. Alec Bohm sliding in. Looks safe. He wasn't safe because you got to touch the base to be safe. People don't remember that too often, but they do. Anyways, Braves took 2 out of 3. And the last NL series of the week was the Reds at Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks take 2 out of 3. Reds bats cooled down. Yeah, they cooled down a little bit. They did. Naquin hits his 5th homer in game 1. That's all I know about this whole series. I can go down. D-backs take the second 2 games to take the series 2 out of 3. I'm exhausted now. Batting leadoff is tough. That's the NL recap.
How about that?
Beautiful. Batting leadoff's tough.
Batting leadoff's tough. I can't even find you guys. Where are you? There you are.
Only one screen today, Trev, huh?
There you are.
A lot happened. Baseball. How about that?
That was a lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball.
Jake's Rockies getting swept from the Giants. I like hunting out the inter-division series. I think the Brewers taking 2 of 3 from the Cardinals is pretty cool. Especially without, they had Burns and Hauser go. They didn't have Woodruff go. But those injuries, Yelich and Shaw and Belly, we're seeing a lot. And Belly for the Dodgers, seeing a lot of guys hit the IL early. Shaw was my guy. I was riding him. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him. Cubs, Pirates. Pirates win 2 out of 3. Cubbies, what you doing?
You know what the Cubbies are doing.
Did the Marlins Mets get suspended due to the rain?
Yeah, the whole thing was a mess. They
started the game
9 pitches from Stroman. Then they axed it.
Come on.
Waited 2 hours. Yeah, Stroh put out the tweet, and he's just like, hey, I train my body to get ready like every 5th day. So if you could kindly let me know. Yeah, I mean, Metsy as a Getsy. And it was, they had fans there wait for 2 hours to officially axe it after the first 9 pitches. It was a mess. It was a mess.
That is a mess. It is a mess. And Stroh was getting misquoted saying like it was all about him. He was talking about the entire team out there. Anybody that's playing in the rain is subject to getting hurt. I mean, Lindor was their new guy. They just paid $1 zillion to. You want him playing in the rain? You don't.
Puddles. And and the other thing is, Jim, like you mentioned, interdivision, like these are the Marlins. They're going to see this team all year.
Yeah.
Why do that?
There's no reason to run that race.
My guy Rogers got tagged in a couple tweets when you just, you throw something out there preseason, and now that's my guy forever. So huge.
I think the general public knows this, but I'm just going to put it out there. A lot of the times, they shouldn't have started that game. What they'll typically do is they just won't tell people that they've canceled the game. They want you to go in. They want you to buy a beer, maybe even a second beer while you're waiting, and then they'll cancel it. But they rarely just cancel it like they should.
We were victim to that at Yankee Stadium once. We hosted our first ever event, and we had like 90 minutes of all you can eat, all you can drink on the party deck, and they let that 90 minutes lapse. And then as soon as the 90 minutes was up, they canceled the game. When we had gotten some texts from people on the other side of the wall being like, yeah, the players already know this game's not happening. They just let it happen. So then they said, yeah, well, we'll refund you for the game, but you don't get refunded for the party deck because you had the full party deck time. And we were like, that's bullshit.
It's brutal, and that happens way too often. Literally, when you're in the clubhouse as a player, like, they'll tell you, okay, we're going to meet in 30 minutes. We're going to meet in 45 minutes. You're like, we already know the outcome. You're literally just waiting for people to buy beer.
Yeah.
Like we know. Sometimes you'll be ushered out quietly before the fans even know. I don't like when that happens. I'll say that right now.
Yankees ticketing ended up hooking it up for us. So
They did.
Thank you guys.
They said because we know you have a Yankees audience, and we're like, well, no, you should hook up everyone. That got screwed.
Yeah.
Flex on them. Oops.
Awesome.
More news.
Trevor, your leadoff appearance. You were playing for the Tampa Bay Rays at the time. The Texas Rangers were in town. It was the bottom of the 10th inning on July 21st of that year. Alex Claudio was pitching. You pinch hit for Alex Smith and lined out to left field to end the game.
Barrel.
I barreled it for sure.
A line out for sure.
Thank you.
Line out to the outfield, barrel.
Don't bring that 80.
2017, rough year in my career, but thank you for finding a gem, BBD.
Don't bring that 83 mile per hour junk in here, Claudio.
I'll
barrel
I'll
it.
be back at the trop. I'll be back at the trop in a few days. Probably gonna get a standing O for the way I handled myself there for 20 games.
We should try to get in touch with the Rays PR team and have them like
like a montage
like between innings. Guess who's in attendance? It's Trevor Plouffe. Here's Evan Longoria telling Kevin Cash to not start him over him.
Never
a lot of
again.
beautiful moments in the trop.
Anything
My
else?
claim to fame is I stopped Alex Cobb from getting thrown out of a game one time. So I was showing my veteran leadership
Ooh,
there.
I love that.
That's huge. Hey, I mean, I've seen John Jaso like go back to the trop and get like
Sexy.
the announcers were like,
John Jaso, nice name right there,
Sexy
Jim.
player.
nice name, ugly style.
No.
Oh, one of the grossest guys to do.
You talking
it.
dreads, John Jaso?
Yeah, when he went on purpose ugly.
He went full pirate.
Yeah.
He went full pirate. That happens.
He saw a look
Shout
at
out
Jorge
John
Cantu
Jaso.
and was like,
Good
I can
hitter.
up that.
I want that.
Now I'm gonna go look up John Jaso's career numbers because I'm very curious.
112 OPS plus career.
I don't think he's getting an award. Tim Locastro set the record.
He did?
Yeah. Cleats
He
are going to
did.
the Hall of Fame. Gave his mom the base. That was very nice. The D-backs are our best friend. They were already in the chat today. And they take 2 out of 3 from the Reds, who are hot. The Reds' only win was 10th inning. So, okay, we love the D-backs. How about the NL West doing it? Giants are getting off to a hot start. Johnny Cueto to come out in the 9th inning. Those are some of the sexiest words you can whisper in my ear.
Guess these standings of the AL West right now.
AL West?
NL West. Guess the standings of the NL West right now.
Dodgers are 8-2.
Padres are 7-3. Giants are 6-3. D-backs 4-5.
4-6.
4-6. Rockies 3-7.
They might go pole to pole.
They lost
Dodgers?
opening day.
Who?
The Dodgers.
No, well, no. Okay, not pole to pole. From now
They did.
till
This
from
poll to that.
this poll to starting today, like Dodgers, Padres, Giants 1, 2, 3, Diamondbacks 4, Rockies 5. I wouldn't be surprised if no one ever moves the rest of the season.
We'll follow it.
I love that. I do want to talk about the Cueto Kapler exchange. Cueto, if people don't know, was trying to finish the game, goes back out into the 9th, has like 115 pitches or something like that. Cap goes out there, and people are like, oh, he's going to take him out. Cap wasn't going out there to take him out. A couple things he was doing right there. He was going out there. 1, he wanted a little bit of ovation for himself.
Yeah.
And 2, he wanted the crowd a little bit pump up for Cueto to finish the game. He went out there and said, I'm going to give you this game. You can't have a runner on. You get a runner on, we're done. Because there's only a 2-run lead, I believe. 2 or 3-run lead.
Yeah.
Went out there, said, if you get a runner on, you're out, but I'm going to give you this ovation right here for both of us. And he did just that. So just a really savvy move by Cap right there, because managers sometimes need to get pumped up too.
It's an entertainment game, and adrenaline looms large. So, like,
There you go.
going out there, making the crowd think he's going to get pulled, and then you make the crowd think that Cueto convinced him.
Yes.
Like, that's what the crowd
the
thinks.
crowd,
Like,
the crowd always
like,
thinks
a
that.
bunch of dudes nudge the guy next to him, like, Cueto convinced him he's going to finish it. Like, yeah! And he listened to his player, yeah!
That's my manager.
That's trust. So that's awesome. He did come out eventually, right? Like, he didn't finish the game.
He
went-
gave up a
He
hit.
went to,
He gave up a hit to Story with 2 outs, I think.
Tough matchup.
That is good
Kind of a
managing.
cheap hit too. But yeah, Cap knew exactly what he was doing, and the crowd will fall for that every single time.
Ted Lasso.
The Cueto triple hezzy into the changeup was just art. Go check that out if you haven't seen it.
How's he do
A
that?
lot of Giants. I don't know. It's like
I
core
made Teddy sit
strength,
down.
right?
I said, Teddy, watch this game. Watch this guy pitch. Like this is fun for you, I bet.
And so, Jimmy, you
Did
mentioned
Teddy
the
say,
standings.
I want to go catch lizards, Dad?
We do need Teddy's a driller now, dude. He's running it on the team.
Yeah, he rakes.
We need the Giants to fall off enough so that they'll trade Cueto at the deadline. We need Cueto on a contender this year.
Well, being third in the division isn't going to get them much.
But the Giants think they're good.
I always think they're good.
Cueto's
You know
on a
the
walk.
Giants think
Cueto's
they're
on a walk year, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Nah, if they're third in the division. They'll still trade him.
Buster Posey's still good, by the way. For everyone that thought he wouldn't be good, he's like still really good.
Huge update.
Huge.
Yeah.
Trev, I saw you doing a coach's pitch for your team there, the Diamondbacks.
Mhm.
You know that I won a championship coach's pitch, 7-year-old baseball.
Okay.
So
So
the other team's junk. It's a whole
We don't
article,
keep
Pound
score
got
yet because
angry.
we're still.
how old's Teddy?
This is a 5 and 6 year old
Okay.
league.
Yeah. Okay.
I heard that.
Well, when you get to
My
7-year-olds, just let it known that I won a championship as coach's pitch, 7-year-olds.
Dude, I can't wait to like pick like a pitcher that's like 8 years old. Like I'm gonna like, oh, he tilts his glove this way, guys. It's a curveball. I'm gonna tell all my kids. I can't wait to do that.
You just got to find their swing. The championship game was at 8 a.m. after sober grad night, senior year of high school. I was supposed to leave early, but my girlfriend got hypnotized, so I had to stay till like 4 a.m. So I pitched the championship game, 2 hours sleep. This is heroic. Livermore Orioles,
What the fuck did you just say?
bunch of truth.
Who hypnotized your girlfriend?
A hypnotist at sober grad night. She was singing Fergie to the whole school. And I was like, this sucks, man.
You're not a hypnotist guy.
I couldn't leave mid-hypnotist because she'd be like, where's Jimmy?
Right.
So I had to wait till she got unhypnotized.
So do you like believe in hypnotists now?
I believe in dumb people. And, I mean, if I've tried to get hypnotized like 3 times, and he's like, it's not going to work on you. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm smarter than thinking hypnotism is real. My girlfriend's like, how did I get hypnotized? It's going to be so fun. Well, of course you're going to get hypnotized. You want to be hypnotized. So, yeah. Anyway, just like pressure's on to win a championship as coach pitch. That's all I was trying to say.
Okay.
Jake, can you tell
feel
us
you.
what's going on in the American League? And can you also tell us about how well-groomed your junk is? Because baseball's back. Dust off your mitt and cleats this spring. Get ready for first pitch and shave your pubes. With Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0. It's the greatest ball hair trimmer ever. Jake was doing a lot of demonstrations on the live stream yesterday.
I don't know. I figure there's a lot of curious kids out there wondering what actually goes on. I was showing, obviously there's an area above Mr. Winky, but there's some below area too. And you got to tighten that up, especially if you like doing what I like doing in the bedroom.
Going down on himself.
Just keep stuff tight.
That's
Yeah.
where it can really become an issue.
So 3.0.
The male G-spot's under the balls.
And make sure you keep it clean with your Lawnmower 3.0. It's simply the best hygiene tool for the modern man. They also have their Perfect Package 3.0, which is the ultimate grooming package for all ball players. Comes with the anti-chafing deodorant, the crop preserver, crop reviver. It's also April's Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, so check your junk. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Talkin at manscaped.com. Manscaped.com, code Talkin. 20% off and free shipping. Jake, what happened in the American League? Will you please let me know?
Fellas, the Oakland Athletics, they're dead in the water. Their season's over. They take 2 out of 3 from Houston. How about it? Manaea and Montes, the M&M brothers, everyone's calling them. They get a couple dubs. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run from Manaea. Laureano, big 2-run homer in Game 3. Good for the A's. Getting back into the race. Still a bad year so far. Yankees, House of Horrors in Tampa. Trevor's down there to give the guys a pep talk. Yankees lose the first 2 games. They salvage the last one in 10 innings. Klubot got the Rays treatment and the Yanks treatment. Defense was kind of bad. Archer, second game, he gets pulled because of injury. Not as bad as it looks. That's what he's telling or replying to Trev's tweet. Oh, by the way, Randy Arozarena is back to being the best ever. Holy smokes. The Red Sox, oh my God, Bobby Dalbec. The Red Sox sweep the Orioles. Dalbec's not playing, I know, Trev. No, who is? JD Martinez. Holy smokes, 3-homer game. He looks like he's back to form, going Oppo Taco with ease. Red Sox getting hot. Don't let them get hot. Pivetta has a nice start. Devers is doing it. Go, Sox, go. Cleveland, they take out the broomsticks against the Tigers. Man, this Cleveland team, when they pitch, they make it so hard. Plesac, Savali both go 7. One earned run from Savali. Plesac was 3-hit shutty in his 7 innings, and Allen with a good start in the 3rd game. Franmil had a 2-dinger day. Cleveland, I wish they'd spend on a lineup. Still had Lindor probably. Trev, your Twins, they lose 2 out of 3 to the Marineros. Holy smokes. Barrios pitched well in game 1. That was the game the Twins won. Then the Mariners take the next 2. Corey Seager's brother, Kyle Seager, with a big day. 3-run homer off Colome. His second blown save on the young year. How about the Mariners doing it? White Sox and Royals, they end up splitting because of a rainout on Saturday. Lance Lynn dropped his Manscaped on the table, if you know what I mean. They won that game 6-0. And then the Royals, they win in 10 innings. Minor versus Cease. Adam Eaton had a 2-run homer before Santana tied it back up. Benintendi bunts in the run in the 10th. How about that? Baseball. And then your final AL series of the freaking the Halos. They went to Dunedin to play the Blue Jays. They take 2 out of 3. Canning versus Stripling in the first one. That goes to 11. David Fletcher with the big hit in the 11th. Ohtani show continues. That guy is an absolute freak show. Steven Matz, second good start on the young year for Steven Matz. How about it? Sad news, Dexter Fowler out for the season, torn ACL. Hate that. But we want to end on a high note, and Bo Bichette, hot. That's the AL.
Thank you very much, Jake. A lot going on there.
A lot of baseball.
A lot going on.
Oh my God, where did your guys' head jump to?
A lot. Well, first, Kikuchi, good start by him. I'm tracking him. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Nelson Cruz got him with the 2-run homer, and that was the only markings. And I mean, that guy hit the most home runs in the entire 2000s, so we're okay with that.
He good.
We're okay with that.
He's hitting these line drive home runs that are just gross.
Yeah, it's not fair. The Red Sox, they've won 6 in a row without having like good starting pitching, so that's pretty impressive by them. I think Garrett Richards went 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and that's the best pitching line from this series against the Orioles. So the Orioles they used to be the hitters. I guess they're not anymore, or they are, but their pitching is still just awful. Good for the Red Sox either way. It's a nice hot start. If any team, I think we talked about the Red Sox, and it was like, well, if they don't get off to a hot start, and we're still only 9 games into the season, but they were a team that was a hot start, a hot April, May can change very much how they handle the rest of the season.
Trev, tell them what Chris Rose told you on your guys' pregame show there.
We talked about that, Jim. You're a big schedule guy. We know that. April schedule, very easy. May schedule, very hard. So we're going to see how they are after the May schedule.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the pitching wasn't...
They be scoring, Jim. 6.4 runs a game.
Yeah, no. Against the Rays, too, and they saw the Rays. They saw Glasnow and Yarby. Glasnow had a good game. Yarby didn't. So, yeah. I mean, it ended
They're
up...
not for real. I'm going to put out there right now. They're not for real.
Well,
I'm just going to say it. We're so early in.
Oh.
You said it, not me.
Wow.
I said it.
The Angels continue to make headlines and, just be a fun team to watch. California baseball is kind of doing it right now, besides the A's. But the Giants, the Angels, the Dodgers, the Padres are carrying California. While the A's, they did win 2 of their last 3, and they did win the series. So, great weekend for California.
Always is, Trev.
It always is. I left it to come to Florida.
Fool's
Doesn't
errand.
make any sense. Well, Gary needed me down here. He said, "Get the
That's
Tampa quick." Travis said, "I got you, bro."
Did a good job with Gary.
Well, speaking of the Rays, I mean, the Trop and the Rays continue to be a nightmare for the Yankees. Their Saturday game, we talked about it on Talkin' Yanks, was like the worst game in like recent Yankees memory, like the lowest energy game you could possibly have. It was just a bad time. The Rays bullied them the first game. The Yankees, thank God, you could see us live and die on the live stream we did yesterday. They fought back a little bit. Roguenet Odor season in pinstripes, looking clean, looking looking better. So yeah, it's the Yankees to get. I think every Yankee fan, and maybe it's Yankee fans being I don't know, too brow raised. I don't know. Everyone was ready for the sweep, and then they ended up getting a win. So it's like, all right, let's go to Dunedin and play those Blue Jays and start hitting again.
The Rays are gross, man. Did you see what they did, Trev, in some of these games? And this is a credit to the Rays. I'm not knocking them. They put out like their B effort and just mentally toy with the Yankees so bad. Can I tell you who pitched the game who pitched game 1 for them, or was it game 2?
Game 2.
But game 1 as well.
Game 1 was the game you're talking about where it was like...
Listen to the pitchers. Rich Hill, Hunter Strickland, Chris Mazza. Come on, that sounds like a independent league, guys getting back into the game.
Ooh, that's a little mean at Rich Hill.
That is
Rich Hill's good, but he hasn't played in a while. But like, and Chris Mazza, 2 good outings for him.
Yeah.
And then they ran Maz out there with a 4-run lead. And they're playing, like, they had a guy make his debut at third. Or I don't know if his debut.
Like the Yanks, what we're saying, the Yanks didn't see Glass now. They didn't see Yarborough.
Yeah.
They only.
That's the scariest thing for you guys.
Yeah.
The Rays are basically like, let's put out our C-plus lineup and just fuck with their heads for a while. And it works. They're so in Yankees' heads. It's crazy.
So we did that on the Rose and I were on the IG Live. He asked me if the Red Sox rivalry is being usurped by the Rays Yanks. And I said, I think that Yankees Twitter is more scared of the Rays because it's the whole devil you know thing. Like they know who the Red Sox are, like what kind of team they are. They almost are similar run franchises, if you will. But the Rays have this sneaky little weird, instances that happen throughout the game. They put weird players in, they match up differently, and it's like it's just the unexpected. And they run it out there all the time. And they've been a nemesis for you guys.
Yeah,
been a nemesis.
Well, definitely those games matter more. But if it's like a Wednesday night baseball or Sunday night baseball against the Red Sox, there's still that kind of like innate feeling of like, oh, this is fuck them, blah blah. The Rays,
yeah,
I'd almost rather like sleep during the game and like listen to it the way I listen to a golf broadcast if they're in the Trop. It's just they just bore you and confuse you to death where you're like, what's happening? What kind of whirlwind is this?
It's like when a huge like heavyweight fighter has to fight like somebody that's not in his weight class, but like this guy's like quicker than him and
smarter. It's nuts.
Yeah, just like different stuff. It's fun to watch those games because they are. I mean, the organizations aren't so different now, like player development wise, but like in people's minds, Yankees, Rays, there couldn't be 2 drastically different teams.
The Rays, you're also facing the Trop and. You're
not facing the Trop. Stop
with
that.
No,
What's
Trevor,
you are.
are.
The
People
Trop,
hate
dude.
going to the Trop. The
Yankees
baseball. Trevor, this is us telling you something. This is an opinion. The Yankees
tell me
hate
what.
going to the Trop. They're scared that everyone is going to get hurt. Trevor, literally there's articles from last year that the Yankees don't know what shoes to wear when they play at Tropicana Field 20 years later.
Yeah.
It's an
weird.
absolute house of horrors for them.
That sounds so. I'm sorry.
It's pathetic.
I get it. It might be what's
pathetic.
happening. It sounds so stupid to me.
Oh,
we're 1,000% in agreement.
They won't play guys 3 days in a row on the turf. Like it's like whatever. The Rays and the.
What about fucking Toronto? They don't. What about that? Same thing.
Dunedin, baby.
No, they did.
I'm saying, are they scared of going to Toronto too?
Yes, they would not play guys 3 days in a row in Toronto as well.
But Toronto's had crap pitching for the past 6 years, so the Yankees like going there. Where the Rays.
What a weird. Look, the Trop is whatever, man. It's not that bad.
It's a boring atmosphere to watch a game, but it's also because the Yankees just get beat all the time down there.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Anyway, why I was trying to say the Rays are good, and they didn't even play their best guys. They just are good at trying to find ways to win. Like Mazza coming in 4 runs, you're like, what the fuck is this? And then he just shuts him down. You're like, oh my God. Astros lose 2 of 3 to the A's. It's kind of good for balance in that division because it would have been really sad.
Well, and that's I didn't watch a lot of this series. Astros won the first game, so I mean, A's had to be tight butthole. I mean, you've got 2 games coming out that, I mean, if you lose them, that's kind of it. So good for the A's to bounce back. And I think it is a good reminder for everyone that, like, it is so early in this marathon of a season. Bob Melvin giving the impact speeches. And yeah, I mean, the only other thing I had in the AL was, I mentioned it in there. I mean, just like excitement and frustration for the Cleveland Indians. I mean, you know, Plesac and Savali go out and just drop dick those first 2 games. And Allen, even game 3. And they sweep the series, and it's like I wish I could be excited about that team, but their ownership,
what are they? They're rudderless. We don't know where they're going.
Ownership has just sucked the life out of it.
They're not selling out, and they're at like 13, they're at like 20% or whatever. I think like maximum capacity is 13,000, and they're like the only team that's not selling out even with that. Good. Why would you? It's cold, and the team's not trying to win.
Yeah.
What's going on with your Twins? It's the only team we kind of didn't talk about real quick.
I mean, it's just tough series. The Mariners came out and banged. Went toe-to-toe with them, basically, right? Buxton's still freaking going strong, like looking like an MVP guy. I think he's leading the AL in OPS.
Gross.
Playing a platinum glove center field. I mean, it's been a lot. It's been fun to watch.
They did like tie
his maturation
in the second game. They went into extras.
Yeah, I mean, second game goes into extras, and then I mean, Colome, second blown save, 3-run yacker. That's turning around quick.
I told
Colome,
you guys, it's very tough with him. And Morocco came after the game. He said, you know, he's still our guy. We're gonna get him back out there. That's just code for I'm not gonna blow my player up in the media, but he'll probably pitch when they're up 4 runs in the 7th inning next time to get his legs back underneath them and some confidence back up. I don't think he'll be closing the next time there's a close save situation. He's going to have an outing or 2 in a less, what's that called?
Lower leverage.
Low leverage. Thank you, Jake.
Daddy.
Couple of those, then maybe he can work his way back up. But Twins territory's got to know that's just the way he operates. Like his track record is excellent, but it's a rough road to get to that end point with him.
Single home run to start.
Ain't that it?
The 9th.
Welcome to the game.
Caballo, my guy.
22.1 innings pitched. Or this is last year. 22.1 innings pitched. 2 earned runs. 3 runs total all of last year. He's
crazy.
now 5.1 innings, 4 earned runs, 7 runs total this young season. So
it's early, guys. It's so early.
I know I keep saying we're like 2 weeks in, but we're not even.
Not even.
A full 2 weeks in. Well, there's one interleague series. You guys want to hear about it?
Ooh, need it.
Go, Jim. Go,
Something
Jim.
big
Go,
happened,
Jim.
I think.
Here we go. The Padres went to Texas to take on the Rangers, and in Game 1, Joe Musgrove tosses a no-hitter as the Padres win 3-0, 10 strikeouts. The one base runner was a hit by pitch. Joey Gallo drilled him right in the thigh in like the 4th inning. Hung on. Catcher Caratini has now caught back-to-back no-hitters. He got Alec Mills last year, Joe Musgrove this year. Pretty cool by him. In Game 2, Paddock gets blowed up a little bit. Not a good outing by him, but the Padres hold on to win 7-4. They hit a lot of home runs. Grisham hits a homer, his first of the season. Kim hits his first home run of his MLB career. I believe Hosmer hit his 3rd of the season. In Game 2, the young gun Morahone leaves very early with left elbow forearm strain. The bullpen comes in and pitches 8.1 shutout innings, and Grisham homers again. But that's scary little injury update for the Padres as they sweep the Rangers. They've kind of just been going at the Rangers hard ever since the Woodward 3-0 Grand Slam controversy. So that's that. Padres sweep.
Joe Musgrove.
Joe Musgrove.
Pretty cool.
Was a guest.
Do you think Chris Woodward really regrets like being mad at Fernando Tatis Jr.?
No, I don't think it has as much to do with it. Besides the Rangers being a poor team right now.
That's true.
But yeah, I think
run franchise.
The joke gets to be made, and maybe he's like, I wish I didn't give him ammo for that joke.
God, right?
I know. He's a good guy. I don't know why we talk so much crap about him. It's not his fault. The front office is brutal.
Rangers shut out twice in this series in Arlington. Woof.
Not good.
Can I segue?
I think so. I think we've got one.
Have the Padres won 7 games now?
7-3.
And the 7 don't come in a row?
Tatis is coming back, by the way. That's what they're saying.
Fernando.
No, not in the season, Jake. Against the Padres, against the Rangers, I think it's 7 straight losses. Yeah. Since the Grand Slam,
Ouch.
7 straight losses. Joe Musgrove with the no. He might be a standout performance. I'm not sure, but we may be able to get there. Injuries hurting the Padres. Morhone leaving early. That kind of sucks. And the other thing I wanted to say about the Rangers is Fulte for the Rangers. He went 7 innings, 1 earned run, and that's really good to see. Everything he went through last year. With getting DFA'd kind of out of nowhere and losing a lot of miles per hour, and he kind of just looked really skinny and there was a lot of things being said about that. So I think the playoff loss before 2020. So good to see Fulte have a really strong start, and hopefully he has a lot more for the Rangers.
I like that, Jim. That's nice. Pump that gas a little bit. That's nice.
All right, before we get into the single awards, Trev, and you get to give your standout, I got to tell everyone about DraftKings. If you do fantasy sports, if you do daily fantasy betting, well, all of these next segments are for you because we're going to do Standout, we're going to do Slump Watch, we're going to do On Fire, and that's exactly what you need to know to make your picks. So if you're doing DraftKings fantasy sports, you can use that. Or if you want to make some bets, have some fun, do some prop bets, at the sportsbook, you can use this following information as well. They also have a promo going on right now where you can turn $1 into $100 in free bets if the basketball team of your choosing hits a 3-pointer. So that seems easy. That's code JOMBOY to turn $1 into $100 in free bets for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. All right. Time for Standout Performances.
Standout performance.
Trev, I'll let you go first.
Lead off.
Wait, I need to get my sheet. 1 second.
Okay.
I have some stuff I wrote down. 1 second. I got it.
He's got his sheet. He's looking at Plouffe around first. It looks like he's going to take second. The outfield, it looks like the outfielder's bobbles it, and Plouffe's going for third. Plouffe's got it there. Here's the play at third. It gets away from the third baseman. Plouffe's going for home plate. Here's the throw.
Stop right there. I got to know right now. I don't know if Jake knows it, but he was doing Paradise by the Dashboard Light by Meatloaf. That's like the exact Phil Rizzuto call. And then it goes into the song.
Some of it. It was similar. It was my own call for Trevor. Trevor, who's your guy?
That's over my head. I'm going to talk about Joe Musgrove.
Thank
I
you.
think it's an easy one, but we got to talk about it because there's some cool
What
things
did he do
going on
to
with
deserve
him.
this?
Obviously, he throws the no-no. It's the first one in San Diego Padres history. Yes, he's from San Diego. That makes it really cool. But let's talk about how this came about. Starts his career in Houston, goes to Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh in 2019, he decides he wants to change the arm up a little bit. Just in a bullpen, kind of does it on himself. I'm going to call it the Lucas Giolito effect. Instead of having that long downward swing of his arm, a lot of the guys now are taking it back and going real short with it. Well, short arm action, bringing it up, getting on top of the ball a little bit better. Did that in 2019 in the bullpen. And then 2020 was back and forth for him. He was okay, had a little bit of injury bug going on. But then at the end of 2020, his last 3 starts, he had 29 Ks and 3 walks. It's really good. It's really good for him. Padres sees something, goes over to the Padres, keeps that arm angle, keeps everything going on. Obviously, 9 innings pitched and no hits. That's really good. On the year, 15 innings pitched, 0 runs, only 3 hits, 18 Ks, 0 walks. Like, this guy is on fire. Made a mechanical adjustment. And like I said today with Rosie, this is one of those things, like a guy finds something and it's like a light bulb, just clicks, turns on. We could be talking about Joe Musgrove, being a guy. He's 28 years old. He's got 5-6 years left in the tank. And when you find a mechanical adjustment that works for you and you're getting these type of results, I can't wait to see what his line ends up at the end of the year. I hope that he just goes out and shoves and is talked about, possibly being a Cy Young candidate at the end of the year, because he had some years, he's pretty good, but then he finds that one thing that works for him. And I love those stories, man. I love when guys find something that works and boom, not only does he have good starts, he gets rewarded with a no-hitter for his hometown team. The first one, they're the last team that they did not have a no-hitter. Last team to do that. Boom, gets it. It's just a cool story all around for him. And then I love the mechanical part of it. So I had to shout that out. Go Joe Musgrove, man. Also, awesome interview on the Chris Rose rotation. Go check it out.
It's crazy how many pitches he throws. And it was cool in his postgame to say that's why I think Caratini came over with Darvish, because he's Darvish's personal catcher, was able to guide me through that. There's 6 different pitches in the first inning. That's so new school baseball. 6 different. I didn't even know Joe Musgrove had 6 different pitches.
A lot of shapes, man. A lot of shapes and velos you got to worry about, and he's able to control them. That's the thing. You can throw 10 pitches, but you can't control them and throw them for strikes. So you just start eliminating. But he's been able to throw them for strikes. And like I said, this year, 15 innings pitched, 0 runs, 18 Ks, no walks.
I am speaking in parentheses here.
Ooh.
I hope he doesn't go deep into the next game, because that's I think 30% more pitches or innings he's ever thrown. He said he's never gone that deep into a game. He's never thrown that many pitches. They had the bullpen warming in the 7th inning in case he gave up a hit to get him out of there, because that's where the pitch count they wanted it at. And he ended up pitching the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So, I hope that he'll
have a quick
Chase has got him. Don't worry about that. I'm more worried about
Dang, let's go.
0.2. How's your whip? 0.2.
Oh my God.
I think I've seen that over 15 innings. That's disgusting. Good for him, man. Everyone talks Snell. Everyone talk Darvish. I'm officially giving myself a new rule, the Musgrove Bundy rule. If you come from a shit organization, I will hold all opinions on you. Because a lot of Yankee fans were Musgrove became a talking line this offseason, and he was good, and everything liked him in the 60-game season, but before that, it was kind of But Trev, you're talking about adjustments and changes, and man, I mean, it's becoming clearer and clearer, some of the organizations, that if you're there, you are fighting with 1 or 2 arms tied behind your back. So good for Big Joe. That's a big boy.
He did make this adjustment in the Pirates organization, though. You have to remember that. Kind of on his own. They were talking about Rosenthal had a nice little, shout out Rosenthal, because we got a little mad at him with the whole Bauer thing, but he had a nice little article today, kind of doing background on Musgrove, and he was talking about that.
All right. Well, what was Joe Musgrove's ERA?
0
on the season?
0s.
There's a guy that's my standout that matches him.
Ooh.
in ERA on the season. 0.00.
Mm.
Lance Lynn.
Yes.
I know you're supposed to go next, Jake, but the segue was perfect.
You're good.
Complete game shutout on Thursday.
Good shot.
I want to talk about Lynn so much that I was going to do it on Friday's episode. I got reminded that was the weekend series, so I had to push it. So it feels old now, but I don't care. Guess he threw 111 pitches, Lance Lynn threw 111 pitches in his complete game shutout against the Royals. Guess how many of those 111 pitches were not a fastball or a variation of a fastball? Honest guesses from the panel. Jake, Trev?
I know what it is. I already know what it is,
10.
but I'll let Jake.
Jake
go.
guessing 10. Trev says he knows. BBD, I'll let you guess.
I have a feeling it's 0.
It's not 0. It's somewhere in between 0 and 10. Trev?
Yeah, I think it was 8. It was like 7 or 8.
3.
Oh.
3 of
Oh, was it 108 out of 111?
108
Is that what
out
it
of
was?
111 pitches in his complete game shutout were a variation of a fastball.
That's crazy.
He threw 2 curveballs and 1 changeup. He struck out the side in the first, decided that sucks. I can't pitch as long if I strike everyone out. So in the second inning, he just pounded the zone and gave up 3 fly balls. 1, 2, 3 strikeouts. Second innings, 1, 2, 3 fly balls. He gives up a couple hits. I think he gave up back-to-back singles at one point, got out of it. I mean, this dude is nuts. And what that can do for a pitching staff and for the
Yes.
bullpen, like, yet alone how awesome it is that they get the win there and how badass it is that Lance Lynn is able to do this with fastballs. But what that can do for the entire outlook of the White Sox team, it affects every bullpen pitcher. It affects all the other starters. It's amazing. And that's why this shouldn't die in baseball. And they should let guys and teach guys
You're
to
right.
go this long because, I mean, it's just crazy. It's so cool. Lance Lynn, if I ever get the chance to give him standout, he deserves it. He was one of the top 3 from this weekend series. I will give it to him. It's just nuts.
And his fastball, you got to paint the picture. It's not just a straight heater coming at you. Does he know like what the ball's going to do when it leaves his hand? Because it seems to me like, and I'm sure he does, but how are you supposed to figure it out? They're all coming out of the exact same arm slot. They're all about the same miles per hour, probably like 92 to 96. And then one just turns one way, the other one turns the other way, the other one rises, the other one sinks.
I think he knows exactly.
It's
I think
a weird-
he's got,
it's-
pinpoint control.
It's a strange thing, dude, watching him pitch. It's fun. It's a lot of fun watching him.
It's art, man. And hey, if you're one of those young guys on the White Sox, if you're Crochet, if you're Kopech, who had a really nice outing over the weekend, man, I would stick like glue to that guy. Because look what he's doing. Like, people, there's probably nerds that hate Lance Lynn.
No.
Yes, dude. The fact that he...
Who does?
Nerds that say, well, you need to throw breaking pitches. Well, he doesn't. He doesn't, man, because guess what? Location, like we're saying, if you can put it wherever, you don't need other stuff. If you've got the deception, what you're talking about, if it all looks the same out of the hands, hitters are really smart and pick up on stuff. It's very impressive when you do that, Trev, and I love you, and I think you're beautiful, and I hope you get a nice buzz today and you and Olivia explore the space together. But Lance Lynn's fastball school, man.
Fastball farm.
Fastball farm on a school, in a farm. It's a beautiful thing, man, and he's a beautiful guy.
Yeah. He's my standout. Jake, who's your standout performance?
Trev, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, little known fact, I think Lance called in on a landline to do an interview with
Yeah,
us.
and
Yeah.
I mean, I
Is
don't
that
know
true?
where he was, but I have him in the middle of a field on a farm.
He was on the fastball farm.
Yeah.
I know where he was. It's very close to that, yes.
Well, I mean, but he could have been like in his living room. I have him walking in a
Yeah.
field in the
We
farm.
know where, yeah.
Like if you were to,
But he has like
if you
he just has a landline in the
I
farm
have him
somewhere.
murdering.
It's not a cell phone.
I have him murdering turkeys with fastballs.
He has since
Bo
learned to-
Jackson.
oh wow,
I watched the 30 for 30 on Bo on the way here. He got known in his town because he threw rocks so hard he killed a bunch of boars. Nobody talks about
Not
that.
enough, but we do here.
It's a strange thing for Bo, but that happens.
Speaking of killing bores, my standout performance this week, a guy who's racked up 1 WAR in this early baseball season, JD Martinez with your Boston Red Sox. He has the 3-homer day. I mean, I'll give you a slash line for the year so far. 472 batting average, a 500 on base, a 1.083 slugging.
Wow.
A 1.5 OPS. JD Martinez has been one of the best hitters in baseball for the past few years, minus last year's 60 games, where they had the ghost of Ron Renicky managing the team. And he didn't have his iPad. I believe he's a big iPad guy. And, man, so, the Red Sox, and what are they going to do this year? And they got an easy slate early, and they got a, Yankees-Braves tougher slate coming up later in the season. JD Martinez, when he's right, is one of the best hitters in the sport, a guy that if he could, we've become such war people in baseball, and, defense was never his bag. I mean, if he could do it a little bit on defense, this is a guy that when he hits right, he would be in the MVP conversation. 2018, he hit .330 over the course of a season, 1.031 OPS. From 2017 through 2019, he had a 1. OPS. This guy is one of the best hitters in baseball when he's right. He changes the whole dynamic of the Red Sox lineup when he's in the zone. He's currently leading baseball in hits, doubles, homers, and RBIs. How's your burger? And, man, if him, Devers, Bogarts, Verdugo, when those 4 are right at top of the lineup, that's a tough day at the office for any pitcher. That's how a team identity starts to form. And if they can, Jim, we did this with one of the Yankees teams. I forget what year it was. If this team can have a couple big months, and it looks like they could potentially have a big April.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you stay 500 in the other months, you stay away from that bad month. That's how you make the playoffs in baseball. What Yankees team was it? Was it
a lot? 2 good months. If you 2 good months in a season, you can go 2 good months and then 4 500 months, you make the playoffs. There's a lot of history of teams riding off 2 good months. You just can't have a bad month. But Trevor, you're saying pump the brakes, or what you're saying? You got your hand up?
That was a pump the brakes signal for you.
Wow. You hate the Red Sox.
I just look, I mean, it's April 12th.
Sure.
you know?
And
like I want to see him get through 2 months.
I don't really care about expected numbers, but he's outperforming his expected numbers by a lot. I'm not talking
about JD. JD is going to JD. He is a guy. I'm talking about the Red Sox overall. I just want everyone to just, temper the expectations a little bit. It's April 12th. That's not me being mean. They've hit the crap out of the ball. They haven't pitched that well, like Jim alluded to earlier. It's just really early on. I don't think they're going to be there at the end of the year, but I hope they prove me wrong. I mean, that'd be an interesting story. Be bad for your Yanks. That means something happened.
Stay in it till Sale gets back. That's got to be the Red Sox mindset.
Yeah, but what's Sale? I mean, I don't know.
He's going to pitch every fifth. Everything you said about Lance Lynn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sale's going to help him for sure.
If Sale can look like Chris Sale and get a big start every 5 days and make the bullpen that much better,
goes back to guys coming back from
and
Tommy
team
John.
mindset. Like, if you're in it and now Sale's back, like your pitching just got that much better. Evaldi's been good. Erod's going to try to still figuring it out from missing last year. Like
Tommy John for Sale, right?
Yes, but he's on a better timeline at least than like Sevy and a couple of the other guys.
JD Martinez.
Martinez.
Great outing by him.
And it's funny, man. I mean, he looked so dead last year. I mean, if you combine, he played 54 games last year. If you combine him with the 8 this year, he has a OPS in the 8s, which, it's a funny thing. A, we're still so early in this season, And we do like last year was so bizarre.
Pete Alonso's my biggest example.
Bizarre.
The last 2 days of the season, Pete Alonso bumped his OPS from like 670 to 805, and it goes from awful to good, and it was 2 games. That's how small last year's sample size is. And how small this year's so far. It's even tinier, obviously.
Baseball, baby.
All right, let's move on. We got Slump Watch.
My least favorite part of the show right here.
BBD, can you let us know how the people performed?
The guy still left on the list. Keston Hiura. This series went 2 for 5 with a homer, 3 RBIs.
That's pretty good.
Good job.
How many games did he play?
2, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I would guess
5?
2, and then maybe there's a walk in there. And he
Yeah.
was 1 for 23 before that, so working towards it.
I'll take it's 2 games, not.
Get him out of here for now.
Sure.
If he shows up again, like, we'll remember.
Okay, he's off.
He can get back on quick.
Get off.
Get out of here. Get out of here,
Good,
Keston.
good 2
Golf
games.
clap.
Good 2 games. Good 2 games by Keston.
Don't come back.
Jock Peterson, 2 for 8, an RBI and 3 Ks since we last spoke about him.
He's got a hit in his last 4 games, which doesn't mean much, but at least he's been part of every game.
Contributing.
And that would leave him with a 250 across the board because I think they're all singles. I don't know.
If we take Keston off, we have to take.
I think
Jock
we take him
off.
out. A
That's
little
what I
think
4-game hit
so.
streak.
You hope he gets a hit and a walk or reaches twice in a game soon. Because 1 for 4 every day isn't good baseball, Trev.
It's true.
He's off for now.
I'm taking
It's
him off.
like
You take everyone off. Trev.
I'm trying to think of the perfect
I do
comparison.
take everyone off.
It's like a parent dropping off a pair of kids and being like, now I'm dropping you kids off at the bowling alley. Don't try to sneak into that bar again. And the parents are going to do a lap. And you better be in that goddamn bowling alley and not the bar. For him and Keston.
I thought I wasn't going to like that analogy, but then I liked it.
Yeah.
Like, we're close watch.
Trust me, baby. Come on.
How old are these kids?
15.
Yes.
And they're letting just the fucking bowling alley just letting him in the bar?
Bowling alley in my town, Livermore, shout out 7-year-old champions, Orioles, had a bar in the bowling alley.
But the bar where that 15-year-olds go drink.
You get some beers if you wanted.
Bartending at a bowling alley?
Yeah, you think of
What
bartend.
the fuck are you, God? Let the kids drink.
My father.
God,
Oh my
you know
God. Who else we got, BBD?
One of probably the most interesting debate we could have here. Ozzy Albies. On the weekend goes 3 for 14. All 3 hits go for extra bases. A homer, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. Only struck out twice.
He's off.
Yeah? I don't know.
I think when
he's
you look
off.
at the
If
rest
we
of the
take
guys
Keston
remaining.
off, we take Jock off, we take Ozzy
He's
off.
better than Jock and Keston.
I mean, he had 11 more at bats than Keston.
Yeah, being benched doesn't get you off slump watch.
He's
5 for
off. He's with
36.
her and Peterson at the bowling alley bar.
Maybe
all
actually, you
hits
know
or
what?
Extra base
Let's
hits.
keep all those guys
3
on.
RB
All those guys
3
on.
RBIs in 3 games. I don't know. I'd take him off. He contributed.
It's this
So
is the
did
slippery
Jock.
slope thing, dude. If we take Keston off, we got to take Jock off, and if we take Jock off, we got to take.
They're all
Ozzy
in
off.
purgatory.
And I don't think any of those guys need to be on or off, so we got to leave them on.
All right, they're on.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, given the
They're
rest
on.
of what
Sorry,
the list is
I
about
want
to
to take
be,
guys off.
Okay.
You might wish you took them off.
Mm.
Rowdy Tellez, 0 for 5, 2 Ks.
Yeeks.
On.
Aaron Hicks on
Wait,
the
whoa,
week.
whoa, whoa. There is a way to get off on the other end. I
That's
mean,
true.
Rowdy Tellez is 0 for 21. Much longer are we going to track this? He 1 more series away from being off forever and
Yeah.
don't care about
It's
you
not
anymore.
there, but we're going to be watching him with the
Ooh.
Yanks anyway, so let's see what Rowdy's about.
All right.
We'll watch.
Jake loves
Love
Rowdy.
Rowdy.
so-
He's due for a day off. Is he starting every game?
Comeback
No,
season.
no.
I think he got a day this weekend, it appears, because he only got 5
Yeah,
at-bats.
he's defensive replacing or something.
Aaron Hicks against the Rays, 2 for 11. One of the 2 was a homer.
Hicks is on.
2 RBIs, a walk, 2 Ks.
He's on.
He's on.
And Fried and Bumgarner haven't pitched again. So
On.
So they
Okay.
stay.
they got to stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. How many people are we adding?
Sheesh.
Jeez,
We'll see. We can-
I don't like this.
Wait, all these guys.
We kept everyone.
This-
Ozzie Peterson
this
and
is-
Hura should be in a purgatory.
Yeah,
We don't have that though, so they're
Trev,
on.
we can do whatever we want, baby.
this is okay.
We make the rules.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
So, what are the series stats for who's coming on? This is tough because we don't have the series stats, which is the whole thing.
You want a tighter run now that we're more
This
than
is
a
the
week
last.
Of the
This
season.
is the last one with the full season stats. That's okay.
It's been 3 series. Matt Chapman's 4 for 34 on the season.
Trev.
Miguel Sano 3 for
He's
33
on.
on the season.
Trev.
He's on.
Your guys.
Didn't Sano do some? He beat out an infield single. It's pretty good for him. It's almost like a home run.
Good job, big fella.
Same effect.
Every single one of these guys you're mentioning, people in my mentions tell me to fix them. So I mean,
So if you're getting asked to
affirming.
fix,
Yeah.
I'd fix Chapman right away because that's my guy.
well, fix him then.
But
Okay.
you know, I'll take. Look, it's if someone needs fixing, I can help.
All right.
Michael Conforto's 3 for 21. His biggest contribution to the year is leaning into a pitch.
Boy. Told him, keep your eyes open. Start getting hits.
Over with the Cards, Paul DeYoung, 3 for 31. Not having the best time. 2 homers, though. So the office team has him going in the homer draft today. Add. Tommy Pham's 4 for 33. And Marco Gonzalez through 2 starts. Just not a lot of good. 10.1 innings, 2 earned. 17 hits.
Pham stands out. Padres swept. He played all 3 games. He's probably one of the only Padres walking out of that stadium. Personally, I didn't do much. He went 0 for 10 in 12 at-bats. Grounded into 2 double plays. So, yeah, it's a good one.
They're all good. Those are some big names. Struggling.
Gonzalez was an opening day starter.
Yeah. It's been good.
We got a lot of slump watch. I don't like it, but you deserve it. You deserve it.
Just watching, Trev.
It's going to be a lot of house cleaning this Friday.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's
names.
going to be a lot of house
It's going
cleaning.
to be guys coming
Friday.
off for different reasons.
A lot of house cleaning.
All right, let's get to the positivity, which Trev likes so much. Let's move it on to
Dirt nasties on fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
Trev. You led off. So who is on fire right now?
Well, Jim, we go down the line right here. Byron Buxton, 13 for 27, leading the league in a lot of different categories. His swing looks incredible. 5 homers, 9 RBIs, and that is in 8 games played. Rafael Devers, 6 for 13, 4 homers, 9 RBIs. That's the last 3 games. That's really nice. Ronald Acuna has really turned it on in his last 6 games, 14 for 24, 4 homers, 8 RBIs, and 2 stolen bags. We're always on the 40-40 watch with Acuna Jr. Fran Mill hit a few homers in the series, 6 for 11, 3 homers, 5 RBIs, and just big boy homers. I love watching that guy hit. And my guy, Esky for Jim's Diamondbacks, Eduardo Escobar in the last 4 games, 7 for 18, 4 homers, 8 RBIs. 2 walks to 3 strikeouts. Love that. Then obviously we know about Joe Musgrove. I already told you his starts. In 2 starts this year, 15 innings pitched, 18 Ks, 0 walks. Jacob deGrom gives up the 1 earned run in his 2 starts. That's a Jazz Chisholm homer. He's 0-1 despite having 14 innings pitched, only 1 earned run, and 21 Ks to 2 walks. And he's 0-1. Gotta love that. And then Descalfini in 2 starts this year, 1-0, 11 innings pitched, only 1 earned run. He has given up 10 hits, though, 4 walks, 12 Ks. I don't like him being on this.
Oh.
Now that I'm reading it all out loud.
You-
10 hits is a lot.
Hey,
10 hits, 4 walks. He's got over a 1 whip. Don't like it.
runs is what matter, Trev.
To the simple baseball fan, but we are not that here.
They've won both games he started. He went 5 innings pitched.
Would you rather have Jacob deGrom?
Well, obviously.
Okay, he can be on. I want everyone to be having a good time. But I just read that stat and I saw the 10 hits. Kind of threw me through a loop there, but those are the infuego guys, man. There's some big names on there. I like that. I like Buxton coming out hot. I like Acuna getting super hot. I want a 40-40 season out of him. He was so close in 2019. Ended up 3 bags short, which is stupid. Like, just steal until you get it, man. How many people have gotten 40-40? Is it 3 people? It's Canseco. It's
Soriano did it, right? Or did he come up short?
Soriano did it, yeah. And then one other person. I think that's it. Is it A-Rod?
Barry Bonds, Soriano, A-Rod, Canseco.
4 people, so he'd be the 5th.
Yeah, you're right. Whoever the Braves like record monitor is should have been in his ear.
Gotta go.
He had, so I remember that season. He had 37 with like a week to go and didn't get one. Didn't get him at the
Trev,
end.
did the Twins have a milestone guy?
homers.
Does every team have a milestone guy? Like, hey, you're 5 hits away from 200, or hey, do they tell you before? They tell you after? How does it work?
I don't think they really tell you too much unless it's a really meaningful one. You're gonna have to like do some press for it. But those packets that I always talk about we should get for this, they have all the milestones, like crazy stuff. Like, I don't know who does it for all of MLB, but they have like weird ones, like your 25th game and like all that stuff. So
That's cool.
Shout out to
40-40.
Shout out to Eddie Escobar, your guy, Trev. Love him. Electric to play. Home runs in 4 straight games now. And by the way, and this is something we'll watch out for next episode when we clean up the Slump Watch. Eddie Escobar, I believe, was on one of the original Slump Watches. He started this season, the first 5 games, 1 for 21, an 0.48 batting average. Since then, he's gone absolutely beast mode. Trev, back in the day, we used to call it shame to flame when you were,
Slump watched
Slump
Infuego,
watch to Infuego. So I think Eddie Escobar gets our first unofficial shame to flame. And, hey, we left enough suckers on there. Hopefully one of those guys makes us feel good and we get another shame to flame.
Yeah, I got Ozzy. Got the extra base hits. A little shame to flame action.
How many flames to shame are we gonna do this year, though?
We don't talk about that.
Okay, I
Don't
like
talk
that.
about that, my friend.
All right. Awards. Trev, once again, you're batting leadoff. First award, who you got?
Oh,
Never mind. Not
Yabago.
interested. Trevor
There
has
he is.
left the program.
Grabbing another beer sandwich. I hear him.
Sorry, guys. I went to do my fancy like click on my mouse, like to get onto the other page and just X'd you guys out.
Just straight close. Okay.
I got my. Hold on one sec. I didn't know I was going first. My award is the Taste Yourself award. I'm going to taste myself because I want to talk a little bit about Gary
Oh, okay.
Sanchez. I was for transparency reasons, I was going to give BBD a Tasty award because I thought the Phillies infield was so good this year, but it turns out that he is manipulating the media market and making you think they're really good when in all actuality it's Reese and Rio Muto have been good and Didi's been okay, and then Gene and Alec Bohm have been really bad. So that award
Every night it's someone different helping out.
Not a lot, though.
Not enough for an
every
award,
big
though.
moment, one of them's involved.
Not a lot.
Not enough for an award, so I'm giving the Taste Yourself award to myself. As Gary's personal hitting coach, he's came out like gangbusters. And what I really like is, I'll read the stats real quick. I mean, he is 296. He's got over a 400 on base percentage, 406. He's slugging 556 for a 962 total. He's been objectively the Yankees' best hitter. And what I like, though, is the K to strikeout ratio. He's got 4 walks to 5 strikeouts. That was obviously the Achilles heel with him, is the strikeouts. I mean, if you look at some of the past years, in 2019, the last full year, 40 walks to 125 strikeouts, that 1-to-3 ratio, not going to get it done. If you can get around the 1-to-1, that's phenomenal. 1-to-2 is about average. So he's doing that right now. And every single time I watch him at the plate, he looks comfortable there. He's taking good pitches. He had a walk yesterday in the game where he took 2 really close pitches, and that's the sign of someone being locked in. So pat on my back right here for telling him to get started on time. He's been really good. He's been really good. It's been fun to watch. I hope he can keep it up. He also had a video of him doing catching drills. I know he hasn't looked great defensively. I know that. Jimmy actually is his defensive coach. We found that out actually. So blame all of that on Jim, but he is working hard.
Yeah.
He's made some errors. He's had 3 errors already. That's not what you want.
Well, errors is bullshit. One of them was a running catch on the.
Oh, that was one of them. You're right. That was bad. That's ridiculous.
He was
and then the second one was catcher's interference, which shrug.
Yeah, I think that's the catcher's fault.
And then the other one is the most legitimate of them, but I think
he threw it over the first baseman's head, right?
Bounced it.
Yeah. None of them have been blocking, which is the good thing because that's his worst area. They've all been like odd, so they still count. But
So he's looked really good. I'm excited. Hopefully he continues it because that is something that the Yankees desperately needed.
Oh, yeah, he needs
have him back. And him, yes.
The walk to strikeouts is really good. Is the best thing. BBD, how many Philadelphia infield positions, catcher, first base, second base, third base, shortstop, have a positive WAR on the season so far?
I would guess 3.
1.
How is that?
Reese doesn't.
The first base position for the Philadelphia Phillies has a 0 WAR.
Ooh, good, Jim.
Second base, -0.1. Third, -0.2. Shortstop, -1. Catcher is fourth place, 0.4. So you've really tricked the entire world.
You tricked everybody.
Thinking the Phillies infield was
throwing
good.
small sample WAR at me.
Wow.
What stat would you like me to do?
I don't care.
2 out of 5 have OP
been better than
above
the
league
stats
average.
dictate. I think he's had a lot of big defensive plays.
Hoskins a positive WAR. Position got tough there. Stop.
Yeah.
You're brainwashing people.
If there's some guy that I didn't draft.
BBD, I said this beforehand. We were all laughing. I thought Alec Bohm was having an incredible season, and I turned on Sunday Night Baseball, and his OPS was like a 508, and I was like, what the hell is happening? So stop brainwashing us.
It feels like that, and he hasn't even gotten hot yet.
Stop brainwashing us. Trev, great job fixing Gary. Great job fixing. He's been the best hitter on the Yanks. We talked about it a lot on Talkin Yanks last night. Huge for his career. It's going to be fun to track this season. And you're right with the walks and the strikeouts because if you're a pitcher, I mean, it's almost turned into why would you throw him anything in the zone? He's taking on it. Stay hot, Gary.
Let's go, Gary.
Stay hot, Gary. I'm going to give out, again, another vaunted award, an award that we kind of deliver. It's our whole show's thing. Honestly, I'm giving out the Eat a Bag of Farts Old Media Award. And this is going to Ronald Acuna Jr. We talked about him a lot this episode. Trev just did his 40-40 thing. The guy could stumble into that if he wants. We have memory of Ronald Acuna Jr. going back to playoffs, the Snitker interview, the regular season, of Ronnie hitting a couple deep balls. I think he hit one off the wall, and he didn't run it out. He was held to a single, and he's got this incredible speed. It became a talking point amongst baseball of like Ronald Acuna Jr. being lazy and not running out balls. Well, guess what? He hit a bullet at BBD's, Didi Gregorius at shortstop, fielded it, did a little hop towards first, throws over what looked like the most routine ground ball to short you've ever seen. Ronnie just beat it out. He was booking down the line. It kind of looks like it's not real. It almost looks like the video is doctored at
Did
how
they ever
quickly.
ESPN ever show the wide shot?
The full wide? No.
No. Good job, ESPN.
Yeah. Classic.
If there's a replay you want to watch, ESPN will for sure not show you.
We don't have it. And we mentioned him on Infuego. He's off to an incredible start. And circling back to kind of where I started this episode and where we started talking baseball at, I became infatuated with Ronald Acuna Jr. He was lighting it up, incredible. It wasn't a take by me. It was just like, this dude's incredible. I'm loving this. And man, he might be the most underrated player in baseball, and that's even if you know he's a top 10 player. Like, this dude can put up a fight for number 2. I think with Mook, man, this guy might be coming for Trouty. The Soto hype has gotten there because Soto is doing incredible things hitting-wise. Guess what? Ronnie does it better on Ronnie does it defensively as well. He's got a cannon. He covers ground. He's got the speed game. I mean, 5-tool Ronnie. The guy is a beast, and it's what I was saying about the broadcast, and it ties into getting guys out there and everything that MLB needs to do better. I mean, I watched the home run off of Acuna's bat to center, and he made it look so easy, and I was like, damn, this dude's awesome. And even the Harper bomb the other way, like, my love for those two dudes was rejuvenated after watching them for one swing on ESPN with the broadcast on mute. So Ronald Acuna Jr., my guy, screw the old media. Like, that highlight of him not running a couple years ago was the talk of sports for a little bit. And yet, the highlight we posted of him beating out the single, we were kind of the outlet that covered that the most. You didn't see a lot of it anywhere else, to be completely honest.
It was all over the place.
We had it better than anyone else, man.
Well, we got it out and they used our footage, but I mean, I saw it somewhere else. It was all over the place. It was wild.
Not as much as him not running.
Well, I think this is a win. I interpreted this as a win for the people yelling at him for not running out the home runs back then.
No.
Because it's like, yeah, dude, look what happens when you run hard. I think they won, and now he's running hard. I think they're patting themselves on the back.
They are, but that's because they suck ass.
But I
agree with Jim.
I think Ronnie is hustling now because he got in trouble for not hustling when he was younger, and that's a win for.
Yeah, and
I mean, even
and
his
hustling
own
is
coach,
cool.
even if his own coach and his teammates were on him for not hustling, and like now they've won. So it's the maturity of him. I don't think this is a gotcha to the old media. I think
gotcha, suckers.
I think it's
Look, I don't know if I want to bring this up. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to do it. Okay. I agree with Jim that this is a win for those people, but there was another tweet out there that you brought up to my attention. It was Ben Verlander put out, basically saying like Acuna is everything, like F the old fans. They're not going to like him, bat flipping, doing his thing, and that's fine because we don't need them. I don't agree with that. I think we should try to please all the fans. Like, why do we have to segregate the fan bases, the young with the old? Like, hustling is good baseball, whether you're an old head or a new guy. Like, that is good baseball. So why are we trying to make it pit against each other right there? Like, that's just good baseball.
Yeah.
Jim?
Except if you're Brandon Nimmo and you hustle on walks.
That's where we draw the line.
That's where I draw.
Don't like that.
Line.
I also don't like that. Also, if you're a pitcher, don't run back into the dugout.
Okay.
Don't hustle at that point.
You hate pitchers.
I don't.
I've never seen a pitcher sprint in dugout. I think I'd kind of like that.
Oh my gosh.
I've never seen that happen.
I think Hader does it. He runs runs and then jumps over the field, whatever. But
yeah, you're right.
To me, that's hustling isn't like a form of like old man baseball. That's just like you're doing it. Well, obviously, I don't agree with hustling. I don't agree with like running 100% every single time you're out there. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you hit a ball to the first baseman and all he has to do is touch the base, you can jog. Okay. If you're a catcher, like there are times you're going to have to jog a little bit. But Ronald Acuna, part of his game is his speed.
Well, that's where these old heads need to eat a bag of farts. Because guess what? He was running to first when he was younger too and beating out hits. He thought he hit a home run, and he didn't run that out. And I get that. That's not a good look. That's going to happen. You guys don't think he was running to first? Young Ronald Acuna beating out infield hits?
I have no idea. I have no idea, but I agree with them on he should have. I mean, even his coach and his teammates were like, yes, Ronnie has to argue. So
I'm not saying he shouldn't have run out the ball he hit as a homer.
So then you're part of the old fart media?
Yeah,
no.
The whole like,
cover the full game.
Good baseball is good baseball, and people should root for that. Like, I don't like the whole them versus us. Like, dude, collectively, we all know what good baseball is. Like, some of the old guys not happy with like the bat flipping, sure, but I guess what? A lot of the players that you like in the big leagues are also not okay with it. Like, sometimes you got to earn that shit, and that's not talked about enough. Like, yeah, we want people to come up and be themselves, but also like earn it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just come up here doing it. And I know Boomer Trev is coming out, but that's how a lot of people in the game feel too. Okay. Everybody feels that way.
Everything's gray. My award is
I agree with that.
It's Not Funny Anymore award.
Ooh, Randy.
Oh, that would be good. But no, the Mets.
Whole team?
Yes. Trev laughed at DeGrom being 0-1
Yeah.
with his stat line. 2 starts, 14 innings pitched, 1 earned run. And I think for Mets fans, it's never been funny. But I think the rest of the league, and Trev just laughed at it, and I would laugh at it. It's not funny anymore. It's almost as brutal as MLB getting replay wrongs. Like, stop wasting DeGrom starts. Why aren't people as loud about getting him off the Mets as they are about getting Trout off the Angels if this is how the Mets are going to treat him? Like, it saddens me. I can't even like muster up laughs anymore. I feel so bad for him. When they did Cole's like win total and DeGrom's, like he's going to make the Hall of Fame and not get 100 wins. It's so crazy. Fucking hit when he pitches. Bullpen, lock and load. Treat it like maybe they are treating it too much like it's Game 7 of the World Series. Like maybe the pressure's on when DeGrom pitches. I think the pressure was off for a while. They're like, DeGrom's up there. We don't have to do too much. I don't know what it is. But basically, if you're an opposing pitcher, you should be begging to face DeGrom. It sucks.
Did you see the Tom Verducci article that came out? It was like, DeGrom's not that unlucky. Here's the guys that are really unlucky, and then he got ratioed to death.
Everyone's searching for an angle. Mine is it's not funny anymore. It's just very sad.
Ryan Spader, who's been interacting with us a lot lately, stats
Ryan.
guy. Jacob deGrom, 78 starts over the last 4 seasons. In victories, 25. He's had an ERA of 1.11. Insanity. Games he's lost, an ERA of 3.8. Whatever. Which, by the way, is good for a lot of other pitchers. In no decisions, 33 of them, Jacob deGrom's ERA is a 1.76. The Mets are 36-42 in those games. It's insane. And their team can hit, too. It's unreal.
Nate in the chat is saying wins and losses don't matter. I said they're wasting DeGrom starts. They're losing these games as a team.
They aren't winning games that he pitches.
Yeah.
They're wasting full seasons too, though, not just his starts. So there's that.
And then 100 wins is still a cool milestone. And I think if he gets to the Hall of Fame with less than, it'd be the first pitcher ever. So it's more just a sad reflection on the team that he played for, that they couldn't get him to 100 wins when he's been the best pitcher of his generation. It's crazy. It's like if he does it again next time, I'm going to be just like I'm watching a dead dog commercial, just like sad. What's that female singer that does the dead dog commercials? Sarah McLachlan.
Sarah McLachlan, yeah.
Yeah. Put her over
Sarah
DeGrom's
McLachlan
stat lines.
Award.
Yeah, Sarah McLachlan Award. It's changed. Those were never funny. Whatever.
Just a little eyebrow raise. I was just gonna give Brody Van Wagenen a compliment because he extended DeGrom, and I was gonna say, like, was that his best move, locking up DeGrom for a little bit? Not to scare Mets fans, this isn't the ending of the episode you wanted. He's got an opt-out after 2022. I don't know. Something to keep in the back of your head.
Yeah.
It's there.
Let's move on to the last segment of the day. Elevator talk. Right?
Well, there is one more segment we were going to add.
Oh, best friend of the week.
This week it's easy and we're running along anyway, so
Kinda
it's Lance Lynn, who's also a standout performer, complete game shutout, all good stuff. Best friend Lance Lynn.
Go listen to our interview with Lance Lynn, best friend of the pod. All right, let's spin the wheel. If you're stuck in an elevator with the team, a fan of this team, here's some talking points that you could say to them. Ooh, the San Francisco Giants. So right away you can say, wasn't that a great move by Kapler going out there and getting everyone riled up in applause? You can talk about how they're in third place, and do you think that they'll sell at the deadline or buy at the deadline or what? That's a conversation we had on this very episode. So we already gave you some fodder. Oh, Trev, your pitcher, Infuego. Disco.
Disco.
Yeah, he's having a good start to the year.
Guys,
Longo's a hot boy, and
Yeah.
if you want to ever interact with him, there's a card breaking group on Instagram. He's constantly on that at nighttime. He's doing them. You can like literally go in live and do it with him. It's called Picks and Pools. I'll give him a shout out. They're cool. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on in San Francisco. We don't know the direction of that team. We never know, but they're kind of like going the right way, I think, right now.
they think they
It's
can
just that the
win,
Padres
man.
and the Dodgers are so good.
Posey and Longoria off to good starts. I love
Posey.
that, Trev. The
A lot of people are talking shit about Posey.
the big dog still doing it. They I stumbled into them on Wake and Jake this morning because I was like, okay, are we gonna get bought into the Giants this year? I think early May, because they've got a couple Padres series. They're kind of doing a good team, bad team for a little bit. Early May, they stumble into back-to-back series against Texas and Pittsburgh. So if they can stay around 500 till then, even if they can keep their head above it, and then they got 5 games against 2 of the worst teams in the league, I mean, that almost keeps you in the hunt till the All-Star break.
Yeah, pitching's been really good. Gossman's good. Disco good. Cueto good.
More Cueto.
Yeah, Cueto.
They're playing the Reds coming up, and the Reds are leading MLB in runs scored by a lot. There was a cool graphic, and the Reds were like way ahead in runs scored than the rest of the league.
Hey, this is something that we've tried to figure out, and we can't do it perfectly. Relievers for Infuego. Jake McGee, 4 for 4 in save opportunities, 5.1 innings pitched, no hits.
Ow, good job, Jake McGee. Jake sucks. Not McGee.
Martin, you